Hello, fellow human. How are you doing? I'm doing very good. Thank you for asking. Yeah. Today, in this early morning, the sun is shining, and I would like to discuss the idea of self improvement. A sophisticated way to hate ourselves a little bit more. Because if we don't hate ourselves enough, we cannot get this thing going, this body. I don't know if you have a backbone or not, but most mammals does. All mammals? What do you mean most mammals? Yeah, all mammals do have backbones. But some humans really lose it through severe conditioning in life, and that's not really cool. That's not nice to lose your backbone. But that's just what's happening in the world. People losing their backbone and they cannot just really grow one. So they get into this self self improvement culture. Then you gotta continuously try to find the prime way to increase your chances of survival. Bullshit. Chose another bullshit topic to talk about some bullshit thing. Self improvement. I get it. I really do get it. Perhaps I tried to improve myself and my life at some point, and then eventually maybe I realized that there is nothing to improve really. Sometimes it's easier to be a cow, for example, than a human being because human beings expect too much from each other. They just don't get it. They just don't get it that there are still a bunch of animals. There's still a bunch of mammals, and perhaps, yes, we have a certain capacity in our brain to be able to tap into certain levels of consciousness that you can really develop certain sense of understanding and perhaps strategizing for your future. But at the end, do not underestimate your animal nature. Your animal nature is pretty much always in control. That's why I sound like an animal, walk like an animal, act like an animal, and continue to do the same thing. Because self improvement is a little bit modern, a little bit too fancy for an animal. Therefore, I dropped it really. I prefer to be the animal. It's much easier I don't need to constantly seek validation of other human beings, because that's where the self improvement comes, that's where the self comes. When you think about the self, you instantly think you're just some sort of noble thing, but you're not really, you're just like an animal. I know this will not sound so right to so many people. I know this might not sound so nice to so many people. But honestly, reality often sucks because you're not really aware of the reality. You just like have some sort of reality created in your head, some sort of idea, some sort of ideals. Therefore, your brain has not developed enough sense to be able to understand that being an animal is totally fine. It's like simply an advantage. But then in the civilized world, they kind of make this animal behavior a disadvantage. For example, cleanliness. As soon as you're not so clean, then you're not really a civilized person. But when you are just simply free of all dirts, then maybe they call you civilized, because that's the only chance you have as a human being to be simply not animal, clean, smell very good. You wear perfumes and all these scents that you put on yourself to be able to show that you are worthy of being around. But in fact, what is it you're doing, this self improvement? What is it really? Is it helpful to yourself, or is helpful to the collective civilized self, which most of the time is just basically contributing to the collective civilized self? Other than that, what is this self improvement? I don't understand. It's just like, I mean, I understand, of course, I've done it myself, perhaps. I try to become better version of myself. I try to go to the gym, perhaps. I try to do all these daily habits that increases my chances of staying healthy mentally and physically. But at the end, you realize that nothing's gonna change really. At the end, you realize that regardless of what you do, regardless of what you do in life, you're gonna die like any other animal. You're gonna die like any other mammal. And that's enough really to move on from this self improvement. That's enough to move on from this agony of being a civilized human. What's up? Oops. Oh, my mama. Watch out, boy. Self improvement. It just never ends, this self improvement. Where does it end? As soon as you see someone else that is more improved than you, then you just would like to improve more. And you will always find other human beings that are more improved in the sense of civilization, in the sense of the matrix. It's never ending cycle, of like improvement. And where do you want to draw this line of that's enough, like that's enough improvement. I'm good. Now let's live. You can't draw this line at all unless you realize that there is nothing to improve. Unless you realize that all we do is like some sort of cope. All we do is like staying away from the nature of reality, is staying away from the nature of existence. And the nature of existence is not so really hard to understand. It's simple. It's completely in tune with whatever your psychology is designed to comprehend. But then you just want to level up. You just like want to level up the comprehension level. You want to comprehend more, you want to understand the reality more so you can improve. But what is there to improve? Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Anyways, you won't get it anyway. That hurts, huh? But it's okay. I think it's good sometimes to say something that creates some sort of pain in someone's mind, to ease it for you. I don't get it either, so it's not an insult. It's just simply being aware of the fact that we don't know what's up. So why not be an animal? Why not live like an animal and give up on this civilization, give up on this improvement, give up on this self, and like for once really live like an animal with a backbone, with a backbone. a spine, grow some spine, increase your chances of really seeing through of the bullshit, giving yourself a chance to scream your way out of this matrix. It's like really go for it. Give yourself a chance to just like come out of this crowd mentality, come out of this mass mentality, come out of this illusion, like simply illusion that you got to make something out of your life. You can't. Literally, you can't make anything out of this life. Unless, this unless is very important, unless you live it. It's like the paradox is very clean and clear. If you live your life, therefore, you get the chance to live your life. But you don't want to live your life. You want to live someone else's life. You want to live an improved sense of self. You want to live like a civilized man. You want to live like an intelligent man. You want to live like a smart man. But you're not a smart. You might as well be a stupid. Here, I'm not trying to hurt you. I'm just talking to myself. But it's all good, you know? All good. I guess at some point we all get it. At some point we all get that this self is kinda a mirage that you will never reach. This self that you wanna reach with improvement. You think just because you are addicted to something, you're not worthy of this self. Therefore, you want to improve. But in fact, you're not much different than a cat when it takes catnip. It's the same thing. All substances are here for us to cope. All substances are here for us to deal with the reality that we kind of been introduced to. And as soon as you see that that reality is not the true reality, that reality is just simply the matrix itself, then things become easy. Then your addictions are not problematic at all. Then your addictions are just like a way to see you could live like an animal and then give yourself a chance to meditate. Because meditation, the good thing about meditation is like there is nothing to improve. It's like the good thing about meditation is like a dog lying down on the floor, fully aware, but just resting. A cat just simply resting on a rooftop and completely aware of the birds around. But there is no need to chase them, there is no need to go after them. Because it's the resting time, it's the chilling time, it's the time to rest and relax. But human beings can't do that. Human beings cannot rest and relax. Human beings gotta just always work hard. Always. Almost always. Either you gotta work hard to earn money or you work hard to improve yourself. Other than that, you only get into the cycle of guilt and shame. You only get into the cycle of hating yourself for whatever reason. All I'm saying, grow some spine, sit and meditate. The rest will be taken care of. Honestly, I promise you. The rest will be taken care of when you increase your chances to contact with the unknown, then the unknown will take care of you. But at the moment you're afraid of unknown. At the moment you're afraid of not improving. At the moment you're afraid of just simply surviving like an animal. I'm just saying, don't be afraid of it. I'm just saying it's like the magic. It's like the magic is right there. You just need to embrace it. You get what I mean? I'm not sure, I'm not sure cuz I talk nonsense all the time. So how would I expect you to get what I mean? Anyways, I think I will let you go even though I really don't like to do that. I like to just hug you, hug you right now and tell you that I love you, I love you and that's why I just want to hurt you a little bit more. Bullshit. Now I gotta say bullshit, stupid things. Anyways, you take care of yourself. Much love. See you soon.